Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Rajni Chaudhary and in this video lecture we will be doing a numerical to calculate the ratio error and phase angle error of the current transformer. Before starting the numerical, it's recommended that you should go through current transformer very well. The construction, the working, the principle of current transformer need to be studied. Also, the various errors like ratio error and phase angle error that occur in current transformer need to be studied too, so that you are well aware about the parameters used here to solve the numericals. Although a brief knowledge about the ratio error and phase angle error is given, but it's recommended that you should go through these errors in detail. Let us look at the formulas of ratio error and phase angle. These two formulas will be used ahead to solve the numerical. Ideally, the transformation ratio and the turn ratio are equal. Therefore, the primary current is equal to turn ratio multiplied by the secondary current. The turn ratio multiplied by the secondary current is also called as reflected secondary winding current, NIS. These two are equal in ideal cases. Also, the phase angle between the two is 0. That is, the theta here is equal to 0 in ideal cases. But in actual cases, the total primary current is not transformed in CT, as one part of the primary current is used for core excitation, and the remaining current along with the turn ratio is transformed in CT. Therefore, errors are introduced into the CT. These errors are known as ratio error and phase angle error. Ratio error is also called as current error. It is defined as the difference between the nominal ratio and transformation ratio. IP is the phasor sum of the reflected secondary winding current and the excitation current. Same way, excitation current is the phasor sum of its two components, that is core loss component and magnetizing component. In ideal case, the phase angle between the primary current and the reflected secondary current must be 0. But since an errors are introduced, this angle so developed is called phase angle error, and it is calculated using the following equation. But when the angle between the core loss component and the reflected secondary winding current is equals to 0, that is the delta is 0, then this phase angle equation is reduced to the following equation. This is the case when the burden connected to the current transformer is resistive, and therefore the power factor of the burden will be unity. Starting with the question, there are 300 turns in the secondary of a current transformer with single turn primary. So we are provided with number of turns in secondary and number of turns in primary. A resistive load of 3 ohm at 3 ampere is connected with the secondary. So in this line we are provided the resistive load and the secondary current. At frequency of 50 Hz, 80 ampere turn is the magnetizing MMF required to set up the flux in the core. So frequency is given and the ampere turn are provided. The magnetic core has a cross-sectional area of 5 cm square. Find the ratio and phase angle of the current transformer and the maximum flux density in the core, neglecting the iron and copper losses. So in this question we are asked three things: the maximum flux density, ratio, and the phase angle of the current transformer. So this question will be solved in three parts, where in part 1 we will be calculating the maximum flux density, in part 2 we will be calculating the ratio error, and in part 3 we will be calculating the phase angle of the current transformer. Starting the solution, we will first write the things which are provided to us with their nomenclature, like NS is the number of turns in secondary, number of turns in primary NP, ZS is the resistive load, IS represent the secondary winding current, ampere turns is given as 80, frequency 50 Hz, and area of cross section is given 5 cm square. So with these, we can easily calculate the turn ratio. Turn ratio is defined as the ratio between the number of turns in secondary to number of turns in primary. So with this, we can easily calculate the turn ratio. After the turn ratio is calculated, we can easily calculate the reflected secondary winding current, which is NIS. Turn ratio multiplied by your secondary current. Turn ratio is 300 and secondary current is given as 3. So we can multiply the both and we can easily calculate this reflected secondary winding current, which comes out to be 900 ampere. After this, we will be moving to the question, which is asking the maximum flux density. So prior to that, we need to calculate the maximum flux, and for calculating the maximum flux, we will be using the induced EMF equation of transformer, and therefore we need to calculate the secondary side induced EMF. So induced EMF in secondary will be equal to current and the resistive load applied to the secondary. Secondary current is given as 3 ampere and the resistive load is provided as 3 ohm. So we can easily calculate the induced EMF in the secondary. Substituting the values of all in the induced EMF equation of transformer, we can easily calculate the maximum flux. ES is 9, frequency is given as 50 Hz, and number of turns in secondary is given as 300. Substituting the values, the maximum flux comes out to be 0.135 milliweber. But here we are at the maximum flux density. So we need to divide the maximum flux by the area to calculate the maximum flux density. Doing so, we will get the maximum flux density as 0.27 Weber per meter square. So the maximum flux density is calculated here. Now we will be calculating the ratio and the phase angle of the current transformer. Part 2, to calculate ratio error. Since the load is purely resistive, therefore the secondary power factor becomes unity and the delta angle so also becomes 0, as discussed in starting. We are provided with the MMF, that is 80. So we can easily calculate the magnetizing component, which comes out to be 80, as number of turns in primary is 1. Also, the loss component of excitation current is neglected. Therefore, IE becomes 0 and the excitation current becomes equal to your magnetizing current. As discussed, the primary current is the phasor sum of your reflected secondary winding current and your excitation current. Therefore, the formula to calculate your primary winding current is this. But alpha and delta are 0. Therefore, substituting the two 0 values and cos 90, we know that cos 90 is 0. Therefore, this part will get ruled out. Modifying the same, this is the formula of the primary current. Also, the excitation current is equal to magnetizing current, as discussed here. Substituting the values of all, the turn ratio, the secondary current and the magnetizing current, we can easily calculate the primary current and it comes out to be 903.54 ampere. Putting all these values in your ratio error formula, we can easily calculate the ratio error, and the ratio error comes out to be 0.39%. Part 3, calculating the phase angle. We have calculated the magnetizing component of excitation current, which is 80 ampere. Your reflected secondary winding current, that is NIS, is 900 ampere. So substituting the following in the equation, we have used this equation because the power factor of burden is unity, as the burden or the load connected to the current transformer is purely resistive. Therefore, we have used this equation. Putting all these values, we can easily calculate the phase angle, and it comes out to be 5.09 with this, we end here only. The question contained all the three terminologies which are generally asked in the papers. Therefore, it's recommended that you should practice such type of questions more. Thank you for now and stay connected.